Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download at www.audibletrial.com/comedy podcast network. Over 100,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player.
Hey there, everybody, and welcome to another Sports Podcast. I'm Joel Anderson.
I'm Jordan Pomaville.
And joining us, as always, is the sports outsider, Phil Ranta.
That's me. I'm the outsider.
Yes, you are, Phil.
Yep. That explains me.
Yep. Catch any games this week?
No.
Well, that means it's time for Tecmo Super Bowl Update Watch Update.
Tecmo Bowl Update Watch Update, brought to you by
Febreze. Feel the scent on your face.
That's better than the other ones, I want to say.
Yeah, that's not bad. You
That's
can
pretty
actually
good.
feel, if you've ever been sprayed with Febreze, you guys have been sprayed with Febreze.
Oh, yeah. Don't spray Febreze in your face,
You
though,
shouldn't,
kids.
but you can feel it because it's sticky afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can definitely.
Yeah, it is. It's sticky afterwards.
Phil knows a lot about getting sprayed in the face by stuff that's sticky afterwards.
Oh, come on.
He's
Guys,
talking about Febreze.
Morning Zoo.
Yes.
Thought we weren't going to be the morning.
We're not. No, I'm going to give you an update on my Tecmo Super Bowl. We are now in the 9th week with the San Francisco 49ers, and
Right.
I was taking on your very own Detroit Lions.
Go Lions!
This is going to be a
Yeah,
tough game. You got
it's gonna
Barry
be a tough
Sanders.
one.
You got Rodney Pete.
Yes. You got all the other people who are
Pretty
on
sure the
Lions.
Lions just soundly defeated the Bears in Tecmo Bowl. So.
Oh, yeah, Joel played them
Yeah.
against the Bears and won. Well, guess what? They didn't win this time, Joel. Barry Sanders, their powerhouse on their team, were kept to 0 yards rushing.
What?
That's ridiculous.
0 yards.
What was the play calling like? I got to ask.
The play, you mean the officiating?
No. If he rushed for 0 yards, what were they doing?
I was constantly guarding against Barry Sanders running.
Okay.
So they had some passes they got through. They got they had a final score of 63-3. Another great Jerry Rice performance, getting I think 6 touchdowns.
Joe Montana likewise doing
Joe
well.
Montana doing well.
Montana.
He done good. So that's how I won. On the road to the Super Bowl. Tecmo Super
Does that
Bowl.
make you, is it 8-0?
Yeah, it's 8-0 because I had the bye week.
All
Not
right.
too bad.
Tecmo Bowl Update Watch Update.
Tecmo Bowl Update Watch Update, brought to you by...
Febreze. Feel the taste in your skin.
Got weird again.
Yeah, definitely.
Right back to weird.
What? That wasn't that weird.
Feel the taste in your skin.
Yep. Just like lizards eat, right?
That is how lizards eat. I don't know. I really worry about the in-house advertising.
Yeah, I really
I know
do,
I've
too.
said it before, but
I think Febreze is going to pull their sponsorship
Hey,
from the show.
long as the checks keep clearing.
Well,
we still have to pay A-Rod's salary. I might point out he has not been into work once since like mid-February because of his hip problem.
Oh, yeah, and he bought a bunch of boxes of Bugles, and he's just been eating Bugles.
What?
off
Yeah.
his fingers.
Off his fingers.
Did he buy
goes,
them
I
on-
have witch's fingernails.
Did he buy them on the Sports Podcast credit card?
Oh, I comped him. What? He said he wasn't
Bill!
getting paid enough.
He's making $27.5 million a year.
I know, poor guy.
Tim Tebow, update, watch, update.
Tim Tebow, update, watch, update. Brought to you by...
Mentos! Feel the rush in your mouth.
See, right, and in retrospect, Mentos Feel the Rush in Your Mouth is actually an extremely reasonable slogan.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm glad to have them back because we
Yeah.
got some Tim Tebow news.
Finally,
Yeah.
some Mentos money.
We've all been waiting.
Orlando Sentinel columnist suggested that Tim Tebow play football for the Arena Football League.
Hey, that would be good, right?
This got the attention of the Orlando Predators owner, Brent Bucci. Tim would certainly want to first exhaust his opportunities in the NFL, but we'd love to have him. I think he would definitely improve as a quarterback in our league. Kurt Warner once told me when he got back to the NFL after playing in the Arena League, the NFL game seemed like it was in slow motion. Everything in the Arena League is just so much faster and quicker and predicated on accuracy.
Yeah.
Whenever Tim is willing, we'll have a contract waiting for him to sign.
That guy better watch his step because it sounds like he dropped a name on the ground.
Yeah.
Kurt Warner also probably said everything looks bigger. The field, the stadium, the stands, the risk of injury, and the paycheck. Tim Tebow is due to make $2.6 million in 2013.
Yeah.
Wow.
For right now, currently with the New York Jets.
Yeah.
But if he was playing for arena football, he'd make a pretty good salary too. Like what,
He
30,
would
40
not
bucks
make-
a game?
Yeah, he would not make $2.6
I believe he'd make a
million.
comfortable middle class living.
Yeah.
Is I think what he would.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I wish I made
it
a
would
comfortable.
It would be a
working-class living.
boondoggle for the Orlando Predators.
Oh, I
For a
love the
Florida-
Boondocks. Have you ever watched that show?
I
The
like that. I like the
Boondocks?
cartoon, the original comic strip better.
I
though.
wasn't a
I
huge
like
fan
them
of the
both.
comic strip. I don't think I like the show.
It's
either.
not for you, Joel.
Kurt
Is that
Warner,
so?
the guy he compared him to,
Yeah.
maybe not the best guy to compare him to because Kurt Warner had to play in the Arena League. He
Yeah.
didn't choose to play. And also, Kurt Warner, there's a chance, winds up in Canton in the Football Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I will go on record as saying I can't believe that. I mean, I can understand why there's a chance it's going to happen. I think it's ridiculous, but
Well, the thing is, Tim Tebow, we can't say the same for Tim Tebow.
Kurt Warner can make it in.
But, you know, there's,
Guy used to bag groceries, and then he.
there's only one Hall of Fame Tim Tebow cares about. Heaven.
Oh,
Well, he's already got that Hall of Fame pass, right?
Pretty much. Tim Tebow, update, watch, update.
Tim Tebow update. Watch update. Brought to you by
Mentos, feel the rush in your mouth.
Love that Mentos drop.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
You know, it's
Interesting voice talent, though.
Yeah.
interesting how distance makes the heart grow fonder.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
really does.
Because having all those Febreze drops that I don't feel comfortable with a lot of them.
Well,
A lot of them happen and I feel physically
that's the problem is that Mentos has their shit together in their marketing department. Febreze, not so much.
not so
Yeah.
much.
No one's gonna argue with that.
Yeah.
Tiger Woods has found true love.
Oh,
I'm so upset about this.
It's time.
Why are you upset about it?
Because Lindsey Vonn is hot, and now I'm worried I don't have a chance with her.
Wait, he's with Lindsey Vonn?
Lindsey Vonn?
Yeah.
She did a spread in the Sports Illustrated
Yeah, I bet
swimsuit
she did a
edition a
spread.
few years ago. It was pretty nice,
Did
guys.
a little spread, huh?
Yeah.
2 months after rumors began circulating in Europe, where all good rumors start, like the Holocaust, they each use social media.
Whoa, boo.
Yeah. They each use social media to confirm their relationship.
Wow.
Tiger said, "Roar!"
Haha,
He didn't say
because he's a
that.
tiger.
He didn't say that at all. He said, "This season has been great so far, and I'm happy with my wins at Torrey and Doral. Something nice that's happened off the court was meeting Lindsey Vonn. Lindsey and I have been friends for some time, but over the last few months, we've become very close and are now dating."
Wow.
Yeah, he then sent Farmville requests to everyone saying he's addicted to that like he was to sex. Just kidding. I was never really addicted to sex, just addicted to being baller.
There we
Boom.
go. Shot caller.
Well-
40-inch rims on his Impaler.
It's a good thing that, I think this is going to work out, because what are the odds that, Tiger Woods is going to cheat and just like incredibly statuesque blonde with gorgeous Northern European looks?
Well, they have a lot in common. They're both pro athletes. His last wife wasn't a pro athlete.
Yeah, she
Oh, there
was
you go.
lazy.
They both have had a lot of knee surgeries.
That's good.
Yeah.
They're both divorced. This is their second time around. They can make it happen.
Yeah, I like the
Doesn't
step-by-step
this
theme
mean, though-
song. We'll make it better the second time around, step by step, day by day. Let's start over. Lindsey Vonn, Tiger Woods.
Yeah, doesn't this just mean that Lindsey Vonn is going to be that much more lethal when wielding a golf club? I don't think Tiger thought this one all the way
try
through.
a ski or a ski pole.
Yeah,
I think that would
that'll
actually
pretty
be
great.
more lethal.
Either way, she's going to do more damage than Elin could.
Yes, this is true. She's tough. They posted some pictures too.
Yeah.
Ooh, sexy.
Oh, they weren't any good.
Yeah. It's like
But-
they were both wearing like turtleneck sweaters. It was
Oh,
They looked
no.
like publicity stills. They did
Yeah.
not look like photos you'd take with your significant other.
That makes me sad.
Here's
Yeah.
what I'd do. I'd look at the pictures of Tiger from immediately after the whole thing then, and then I would look at the swimsuit spread of Lindsey Vonn.
Yeah.
They're both more interesting pictures. Yeah, they are. Maybe not alternating between them.
Say that slower.
All right, now we all know Lindsey Vonn has had World Cup race victories. She's won medals in the
Oh,
Olympics.
yeah, one of the greatest skiers of all time.
She also petitioned the International Ski Federation to let her compete against men in a downhill race.
Boom.
But the request was rejected last year, presumably because she had too many legs.
Makes sense.
I gotta say, that's bullcrap. How do you not let her ski with the dudes?
I
She
honestly-
wants to. Give her a shot.
Because have you ever seen Ladybugs, Joel?
Yeah?
Yeah. Women and men should not be in the same sport at the same time. It makes Rodney Dangerfield sad.
What does that have to do with ladybugs? Oh, the movie.
The movie
I thought-
Ladybugs, Joel.
I haven't seen that movie. I thought you were talking about the insect, a ladybug.
It's about a boy who dressed up like a girl to play soccer.
I know you
Oh.
were talking about the movie Ladybugs. I still have not seen Ladybugs.
Oh, sinners. I'm a bigger sports fan than both of you combined.
I was too busy watching Back to School.
Oh,
You
yeah.
want to talk Rodney
love it.
Dangerfield.
Triple Indy.
Triple Indy is what wins it.
Yeah.
All right, what do we got in the show today?
Let's see. We have an interview with the lady from our HR department.
Oh, is this Sally?
Yeah,
Oh,
Sally.
no.
Sally has won our March Madness pool every single year that we've done it.
This is going back several years.
Going
now.
back several years, and it is a little frustrating because it wasn't until last year that Sally even realized that it wasn't an Oscar pool.
Ooh.
So, yeah.
All right.
Hey, we need more bubbles in this hot tub. Bubbles, get in here. Back to school.
We also, I think we have, this is our big March Madness episode. We're
It's
gonna
our
do
big
we're gonna do
March
some college
Madness.
basketball stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna play Name That Nickname.
Name that nickname.
You know, a lot of
redundant.
yeah,
He said name twice.
yeah. Well, you know, I didn't want to say we don't want to say mascot because
Right.
the mascot is just the person who wears the suit.
Oh, I know what a mascot is.
But that could be different than what the team name is.
Yeah.
Right. That makes
You know?
sense.
So last year we played Name That Conference, where there's a bunch of small schools. This year
Yeah.
we're gonna dive into what these nicknames are and where they come from.
Ooh, entomology.
Etymology.
Enter typography.
One of them's words and one of them's bugs, and they're
Yeah.
very close in
They're way-
pronunciation.
I think etymology is words and entomology is bugs.
I was talking about bugs.
It's either
Ladybugs.
that. It's either that
Great
or
movie.
reversed. Wow, and it comes right back. Hey, Phil, do we have a weird sport?
You goddamn right we got a weird sport.
All right.
I hope it's March Madness themed.
Oh, it is.
Just like the last one was spring themed.
It was.
Let's get started.
Yeah.
We want to welcome to the podcast once again a woman we all know, Sally.
Hi, it's good to be here.
Hey, Sally.
Hey.
It's good to see you. You look great.
Hey, do you guys have your receipts? Your receipts? I've gotten a lot of burrito receipts.
Yeah, it's one of
Yeah.
those things we're gonna hand them in at the end of the week. I don't like doing them at the beginning of
Yeah.
the week. It's kind of a
Make
the
sure you
paperwork.
have your receipts in because I don't like
Yeah.
working weekends.
Okay.
Well,
yeah.
I know
No,
we're
Phil
not gonna
is
make you work weekends.
Phil is out getting more
Have you
burritos
seen
as we
my
speak.
new hunky fireman calendar?
I
They're
did.
so
Yep.
hunky.
We walk by your desk every day.
They're hunky firemen.
Hunky firemen. Yes. You know they're.
I skipped ahead to May
You to look at the hunky
to
fireman.
look at the hunky firemen.
Did you buy that from the local? Was that LAPD or is this something?
It was a gift from my mom who said, "This is so you're not lonely anymore."
Oh, your mom's a bit of a jokester, huh,
She's a
Sally?
bit of a jokester.
No, we appreciate.
We've heard a lot of stories about your mom
Yeah,
over the years.
She likes to have fun.
I feel like the only thing we've heard more stories about is your cat.
Oh, my cats.
Yeah, your cats.
Well, we really
No, that's the cat's name.
we appreciate the work you do here in HR, Sally.
Yeah, doing a fine
We
job.
really do.
I appreciate you boys inviting me in your March Mad.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
In
Well,
your
this
March Mad.
well because inexplicably every year since we've done this, you've managed to win the pool, the March Madness pool.
We generally have about 50 people in the pool. Everybody who works at Comedy
the Sports
Podcast
Network,
Network,
and the Comedy Podcast Network, the whole thing does it.
And
Even the
I-
Curtain Jerks have gotten it
Or
on.
even the Curtain
They
Jerks,
did.
our sister podcast, in on our bracket game.
Yeah, and I gave them the 3 count and a pin.
Oh, that's a wrestling term. Yeah, Sally, it's funny.
Sally, what would you attribute your success to in the March Madness thing? Because I know I follow a lot of college basketball, and I'm crunching the numbers when I'm looking at everything, and you seem to fill out your bracket pretty quickly every year.
Yeah, I have the foolproof secret.
What's that?
That's you gotta follow your gut. But my gut's not that big. Not much to follow.
yeah. It's like the year Davidson though
Davidson
went deep.
Yes.
You had them picked the whole way. I mean, nobody could have seen that coming.
No. My dad's name is David, so my grandpa's son was named as David. He's David's son. Davidson.
That was the connection that. Well, what about Butler? I know you actually had Butler in the Final
you
Four
want-
the year they made it to the final.
Yeah.
That's because I like to yell, "The Butler did it!"
That's it.
Like
That's
a
it.
murder mystery. The Butler did it.
Wow.
What
Well,
murder mystery does the Butler actually do it in?
I'm sure that
won
there
$300
was
that year.
Yeah, $300. You know what I bought with that?
What did
a
you
new
buy?
a new kitty pillow for.
Oh boy.
Yeah?
He's so cute when Zzz sleeps. I named him Zzz after the sleeping noises.
When is gonna make you a grandmother?
When is Zzz gonna have kittens?
Yeah. When are you gonna be a grandmother?
Oh, Zzz and me are like a couple. I don't need kids or a husband because I've got Zzz.
And the calendar.
And the Hunky Fireman calendar. Mr. May. I feel naughty.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, well, how about the year George Washington made the Final Four, or was it George Mason?
It was George Mason, Joel.
George Mason. That's
Keep
what
it
I was
together.
gonna
They
say.
I
beat
wouldn't pick
MSU.
George
You should remember
Washington.
that.
Yeah, no, I do remember that.
I
But
can't pick George Washington because I don't believe that he was actually the first president of the United States.
you don't believe
I think it was a
that
conspiracy.
that's
This is something.
But I do like the name George, so I'll pick all other Georges besides George Washington.
Well, I noticed you have Georgetown going kind of far this year.
Kind of far, but because it's a town and not a person, I didn't want him to go all the way.
Okay.
What are some tips can you give our listeners, because you've been so successful at this? Can you give our listeners any tips for this year's bracket?
Yeah, no, tip number 1, don't look at the rankings. They
Don't
got
look-
little numbers. Don't look at the rankings.
Why not?
that
Because-
probably should at least glance
Because
at them.
those were picked by people who are going to lose their office pools. You should talk behind every man. There's a strong woman, except for me. I'm standing behind myself. Stop it when you laugh. I laugh. I think that Michigan State's going to lose this year.
That's
In
I
what
don't-
round would you say they're going to lose?
What is a round?
okay. All
You
right.
know, the
that
game-
is-
I'm around. I'm around right now.
that was
usually
that was
around.
delightful.
Sally. I'll be honest, this interview
Such a
isn't the
cut-up.
exciting podcast radio that I thought it was going to be.
You don't
Have you not talked to Sally before, Jordan?
I try to avoid her, Joel. I don't. I really
I
don't.
know that. I tried to tell
Hey
you we
guys,
should
should I
not
put
her
on
in
these
the
headphones
podcast.
so I can hear you? Oh,
No,
there we go. They're on.
No, I'd
No,
really
I can hear you so loud. It hurts my ears.
Anytime Phil asks us if we want to do an interview and then suggests that he go get burritos, okay, that's because it's not a good interview,
Where is
Jordan. I've said
Phil?
it before, and he's
Where's-
out getting burritos.
He's
He's
told
such
me
a
before,
hunky hunk of man.
Yep,
He's not gonna hear this, is he?
he probably is because he edits the podcast.
Oh,
so
he's very attractive.
yeah, and it's unfortunate, Sally, because the things that you say to Phil, we would normally be filing a sexual harassment claim, but we would have to do that with you, so it's a little
I picked
difficult.
Phil to go all the way this year on my body.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
jeez.
See,
All
that's- we really can't have you saying that, Sally.
All right, tell you what, Sally.
Yeah.
It's been great having you on.
It's been great being here. I think I should just be a co-host from now on.
No,
I'll
I
bring
don't know that
zzz.
that's gonna happen.
How about kitty tips with Sally? I can do a jingle, kitty tip.
Tell you what,
with
I'm gonna set.
Sally.
Don't know if that's gonna really speak to our audience.
I'm gonna set you up a meeting with Phil.
Oh.
He has some sway with the Comedy Podcast Network.
Yeah, let's block out a couple hours for Sally to meet with Phil tomorrow.
And I think you can pitch Kitty Tips with Sally.
Why don't you prepare your first 3 episodes and have those ready to show
Okay,
Phil
I'm
tomorrow?
gonna show Phil. I hope he gets me a burrito.
All right, thank you very much,
Thank
Sally.
you.
We'll have our expenses in by Friday. Name
that
Nickname.
All right, there's a lot of different schools that are selected for March Madness for the
Yep.
68 teams.
Like 100.
I'm going to say the school. Yeah, that's right, like 100.
Yeah.
We're going to guess on the nickname. We're going to find out the nickname. We're going to find out the etymology of the nickname.
Ooh, about the study of bugs?
No, that's
No.
entomology.
Okay.
St. Louis. Do we know St. Louis?
aren't they the Billikens?
They
They're
are-
the Golden Arches.
They're the Billikens. And
Oh,
say, Joel or Phil,
yeah.
what is a Billiken?
Well, as an entomologist, I know that a billiken is kind of like a walking stick bug that blends in with branches.
Incorrect.
Isn't
What?
it? It's some sort of like mythical creature. It's like a gremlins cross fairy sort of deal.
It appears to be our nation's first consumer fad. It was a charm doll created by an art teacher and illustrator in St. Louis. The figure was said to have come to her in the dream.
Oh, she was high.
I actually have a picture of it right there if you want to check it out. It's just a warmed-over Buddha.
Yeah,
it's
Oh,
just
look
a
at that.
warmed-over American Buddha.
Oh, what was she dreaming about?
That's really
Yikes.
disturbing. When were these a thing?
This was 1908, and
Oof.
it skyrocketed. She copyrighted it.
Ew.
There were fad toys. It was the height of the mind cure craze in the United States.
The height of the what craze?
Mind cure craze. It represented a no-worry ideal and was a huge hit.
Hakuna Matata.
Teddy Billiken dolls appeared. Billy Can and Billy Can't pair. That was to drive petty problems away. Sorry.
I don't like Billikens.
There was also at least 2 Billiken-themed songs, including Billiken Rag and the Billiken Man song.
Well, back then there was songs about everything. Billiken Man, I'm singing about a Billiken Man. Wait, that was Particle Man.
that was Particle Man.
Oops.
They might be giants. The St. Louis took the name after the mascot, or took the nickname because their head coach appeared to be like a Billiken.
I wish that they had named all the school nicknames after like fads. Like they had like the treasure troll and the slap bracelet,
The Beanie Baby.
Yeah.
There was a period in the 80s for just the same reason that IU was going to change their mascot to the Jerks. Because the coach resembled a Billiken.
Oh!
Bobby Knight's a jerk.
I'm sorry. That one took a while.
Yeah.
It's still taking
all
me
right.
a while.
It's fine.
I'll get it on the way home.
Bobby Knight, a legendary basketball coach and widely acknowledged to be kind of a jerk.
Okay.
Choked a guy.
Yeah, choked a guy. That's why he got fired. Choked one of his own players.
Wayne Knight played Newman on Seinfeld, also kind of a jerk.
Oh, I didn't know he was a jerk.
The
but
Dark Knight is
Yeah.
really just Bruce Wayne dressed up like a bat.
I'll get you, Batman.
Number 14, Valparaiso. Valpo.
Ooh.
Elpo Dog Food is their nickname.
Close.
Aren't they the Valparaiso Dingoes?
The Crusaders.
Ah, I was very
Crusaders.
close.
Well, they chose a mascot in 1931, selecting the Uhlans. UHLANS. In 1941, they wanted a mascot less proximate to the Nazi cause.
Whoa.
What are
And
the Uhlans?
Uhlans, yeah, there you go. And a Crusader was chosen because Crusaders were not at all involved in any slaughters of peoples of a specific religion.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, bingo. Well, what was an Uhlan? Uhlan?
It's it's a German word for like a Polish soldier or something like that. It's a very specific.
Oops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Big
one of those,
mistake.
when you pick a mascot and 10 years later you got to change it.
Yeah.
It was probably more dicey at the time than
Yeah,
it is
kind of
now.
like the Cleveland Indians. How they had to change it because it became like a really racist thing.
They actually
They haven't
have
changed
not
it.
changed
It
it.
Oh, well, the Redskins then. They had to change it because it
No.
was super racist.
You'd think so.
Yeah.
It's almost like you've forgotten the debut episode of That's More Racist.
Yeah.
Or What's More Racist?
Asterisk 8 or 9.
Yeah,
I don't know. Something like that.
One of our early episodes.
Yeah.
Number 2, see
Okay.
the Duke.
Oh, the
The
Blue
White
Devils.
Knights.
Close.
Yeah.
It's the Blue Devils. We're all
Yeah.
familiar with Duke and may have even jokingly referred to them as the White Devils in a moment of racial fervor.
There we go.
But what in tarnation is a Blue Devil?
It's when you set a devil on fire and it burns so hot it becomes blue.
Oh, I was gonna say it's when you take a demon out of hell. You know, it's accustomed to being in such hot temperatures that, and even at like 80 degrees, it gets very cold and it turns blue.
That's how the Smurfs came about.
Yes,
They're all a bunch of devils.
They're all demons.
Yeah.
That's the part of the Smurfs that people don't realize.
Yeah, if you play it backwards.
Yeah. Then it's like, hail Satan!
Both great guesses.
Yeah.
By the way, not after World War I ended, the precursor to Duke, Trinity College, lifted their quarter-century ban on football, though it would be another 80 years before they lifted the ban on winning. And originally proposed team names, they were the Trinity 11, the Blue and White, or the Methodist. This was to differentiate themselves from Wake Forest's the Baptists.
Ah.
Student paper said we need a nickname. They put out a contest. Blue Devils was the favorite. But it's a religious college. Devil in the mascot. People openly worried about the campus falling into the depths of hell.
Yeah. And it did, right?
It did. But things were sorted out when it was explained to university officials, as well as God, that it was a patriotic reference to Chaussures Alpines. It comes from the French, Les Diables Bleus.
Ah,
A
Blue
nickname
Devil.
given to the French Alpine Light Infantry Battalion during World War I. Apparently, the Americans who served over there that attended Duke were so impressed by their valor that they wanted to refer to their own team as the Blue Devils.
Named after
Okay.
Frenchmen?
Yes, they were even more impressed by the sex acts of the French women.
Oh, yeah.
that would engage in seemingly unprompted.
Yeah, they gave him a French, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that what they used to call BJs?
Here's the thing: is
Basically,
it really...
throughout time, and this is, I'm not joking here, whatever was the most taboo thing
Yeah.
was called the French blank.
Nice. So
Yeah.
French kissing.
Yeah, but also like before it was like blowjob, it may have been like anal sex or something like, or afterwards, like whatever.
the French way.
Whatever
Like-
the thing that was the toughest to get or the most expensive to get hooker wise.
Yeah.
That was called like the French something.
That's why I don't eat French vanilla ice cream.
So like the French anal.
Yeah.
Uh,
The French
can I
eating
point out
shit.
that it's a little so it's not okay being called the Blue Devil, but because they named them, I mean, it's not like the people that were called Blue Devils in French weren't being named after devils. Is there like it's okay as long as there's one layer of naming between you and the actual satanic figure?
Well, the campus is no longer in the depths of hell, Joel.
That's a fair point. I
Yeah.
can't argue
was
with
raised
that.
Although I
out.
hear it becomes unseasonably warm sometimes.
This is absolutely true. The number 16, Western Kentucky
Oh, mountain toppers?
Dog slashers.
Hilltoppers.
I was close.
Why Hilltoppers? Campus is located on a hill. Dorms are mostly at the bottom of the hill. If you're a student there, you got to walk to the top of the hill.
Oh, they must have a lot of sexy hard bodies at that college, huh?
Not like other colleges.
A lot of beach bodies.
Well, some of the students are also lady toppers.
bam.
boom.
But seriously, Lady Toppers is the ill-advised nickname of the women's athletic teams at Western Kentucky University.
Whoa.
The men's teams are the Hilltoppers. The ladies' teams, or the women's teams, are the Lady Toppers.
Bam.
That is
Not a
fantastic.
Number 12, Akron.
The
Zips. The Zips, right?
The Zaps.
Phil's close, but it's the Zips.
Ah, dang it.
Suck it, Ranta.
I was going to guess the Zops next.
We got any guesses of where Zips came from?
Zippers, because they kept pulling down their pants to expose their buttocks to the opposing team.
It's a reference to a popular theater game warm-up.
It is short for zippers,
There we go. I
but
was right.
not the device used to fasten two pieces of clothing together. They were named after rubber overshoes made by the B.F. Goodrich Company that were popular in the 1920s and 1930s.
So they were the first sellouts.
Yes. A campus-wide contest was held, and a female freshman co-ed won $10.
Ooh, you mean a lady topper?
Yes, a lady. Akron, they're just the Zips.
Okay.
She won $10, which she immediately invested in Prohibition-era booze.
Nice.
University mascot is Zippy, which is a kangaroo, and it is one of the few female mascots in collegiate athletics.
Nice.
Aw.
Yeah.
Aw.
Right? It's the cutest. It's a really cute mascot.
Yeah.
We running long on this one, Phil?
Yeah.
Little bit. Last one. Wichita State.
Ooh, the witches.
They're the Shockers.
Nice.
Not that shocker.
Bam.
Well, actually, kind of that shocker.
Uh-oh. One in the you-know-what.
Early students earn money by shocking or harvesting wheat. It's a local slang.
Nice.
However, now, they used to be the wheat shockers. They shortened it to shockers. And now fans of young fans, college fans, drunk fans, sober fans give the shocker symbol with their hand to express their fandom.
Oh, Dane
that's-
Cook.
That's terrible.
Name!
That.
Nickname. For you, the listeners of Sports Podcast, Audible is offering a free audiobook download with a free 30-day trial to give you the opportunity to check out their service. I personally recommend a wonderful book called The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. Joel saw the movie. He said that it was okay. To download your free audiobook today, go to audibletrial.com/comedy podcast network. Again, that's audibletrial.com/comedy podcast network for your free audiobook. And now it's time for another Weird Sports! Weird Sports.
Ooh, I like the way your mouth bent on that one.
I know, right? I think I dislocated my jaw.
Okay, this is our specifically bracketology-related weird sport.
It is, and that's why this week's Weird Sport is Sepak Takraw.
Is that Hindi for bracket?
It's something for something. All right, Sepak Takraw is also known as kick volleyball, which is a sport native to the Malay Thai Peninsula.
Kick volleyball.
Yep.
Malay Thai Peninsula.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued.
So am I. Sepak Takraw differs from the similar sport of volleyball in its use of a rattan ball and only allowing players to use their feet, knee, and chest and head to touch the ball. It is a popular sport in Southeast Asia.
What's a rattan ball?
Rattan it looks like it's some sort of wood. It's
I'm
like
going to
some
have to
sort
go
of
with the,
light
hey,
wood.
wait a second. When they say this differs from volleyball, I think the non-use of hands is the more important way that it differs than the ball.
Yeah, it's like soccer volleyball. Soccer ball. Soccer ball. It's like soccer ball.
Solly-ball.
Solly-ball.
They play it in Bollywood.
Yeah, Vakar ball. In Malaysia, the game is called Sepak Raka or Takraw. It is also Thukthay. Well, in Thailand, it's sometimes called Takraw. In Myanmar, it's known as Chinlon.
He's not even doing puns. Keep it together,
Nope.
Joel.
Although in Myanmar, it's
These
considered
names.
more of an art, and therefore there's often no opposing team. The point is to keep the ball aloft gracefully and interestingly.
This sounds an
not a
awful
sport.
lot like hacky sack.
Yeah.
Yep. But in the Philippines, besides takraw, it's also known as sipa, meaning kick. Similar games
If
include...
this is just hacky sack, I'm going to see-paw your ass after
No,
this,
because
Phil.
it's more like volleyball and soccer.
I think we've discovered because of these countries' harsh drug laws,
Yeah.
they don't have hacky sack, which is the lazy version. They
Right.
have spot takra.
The sipak takraw.
Sure.
and
Similar
suck,
games...
duck, duck, hey-aw.
That's racist. Similar games include footbag net, foot volley, football tennis, bossa ball, which we've covered, gendanzi, and sipa. These similar games all involve a technique called keepy uppies.
No.
Yep.
No.
Keepy uppies. Keep the ball up.
all
Keepy
of
uppies.
those names, and we arrive at Keepy Uppy.
Keepy uppy. That's what they call it in America, apparently. Keepy uppies. All right, I bet you're all wondering, hey, what's the etymology of it?
Well
Since this
done.
has been
I'm
an
pretty sure you got that.
etymology. As you know, etymology is the study of insects. So the etymology isn't really relevant here. No, the etymology... Sepak is the Indonesian word for kick, and takraw is the Thai word for a woven ball. Countries coming together, making one sport.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it is. Therefore, Sepak Takraw quite literally means kickball. Yep. Good for them. Kickball means something different here. It's not keepy upsies,
Does that mean
it's
the only
kicky faries.
the only people who play this are children and adult Malay hipsters?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, kickballing. The choosing of this name for the sport was essentially a compromise between Malaysia and Thailand, the two powerhouse countries of the sport.
Oh, wow. So things got a little heated.
Oh, things be heated. They both wanted the sport. They had to come to a compromise, which I thought is great for diplomacy.
Say, Phil,
Yep.
is this sport played on the beach like our volleyball?
No.
Is it played in backyards during barbecues like our
No.
volleyball? Is it sometimes considered an art because it uses graceful things to keep the ball in the air?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, the history. Earliest historical evidence shows that the game was played in 15th century Malacca Sultanate. It is mentioned in the Malay historical text, Sejarah Melayu. The Malay annals. I almost said annals. The Malay annals describe the details of the incident that the Raja Muhammad and his son Sultan Mansur Shah, who was accidentally hit with a rattan ball by Tun Besar, the son of Tun Perak, in the Sepak Raja game.
I think this is one of the most cultural weird sports.
Do you have a
we've
year
had.
for when that happened?
Somewhere in the 15th century.
Ooh.
Don't say the exact time.
1400s.
Yeah. The ball hit Raja Muhammad's headgear and knocked him down to the ground. In anger, Raja Muhammad immediately stabbed and killed Tun Bazar.
Oh, man. He stagger lead him.
Yeah, there you go. Whereupon some of Tun Bazar's kinsmen retaliated and wanted to kill Raja Muhammad. However, Tun Parak managed to restrain them from such an act of treason by saying that they would no longer accept Raja Muhammad as the Sultan's heir. As a result of the incident, Sultan Mansur Shah ordered his son Melaka and had him installed as the ruler of Pahang. So that's why that happened.
Yeah, I've always wondered why Malacca was installed as the boy, I'm uncomfortable.
What a
saying
cute
that.
little anecdote.
Yeah.
Pretty cute. I'm going to skip all the rest of the history because it's as hard to read as that was. All right, let's talk about the court, baby. Let's talk about you and me. The Sepak Takraw sport is played similar to a badminton double-sized court. If you ever played badminton, times it by 2.
I've only played single-sized badminton. I don't even know if
Oh,
I
Oh,
even
I'm
get
sorry,
a picture.
badminton.
I've only
Excuse
played
me.
badminton.
Right.
Yeah, there we go. The area of 13.4 by 16.1 meters, or 44 feet by 20 feet.
Oh, that's something I can conceptualize.
Yep. It's free from all obstacles up to the height of 8 meters, or 26 feet, measured from the floor surface, which is sand and grass court. Sand and grass courts are not advisable. They prefer something like a clay or a hard surface. Yada, yada, yada. You know what it looks like. It looks like a badminton thing. You know. A match is played by 2 rejos, or teams, each consisting of 3 players. One of the 3 players shall be at the back. He is called the Tikong. The other 2 players shall be in front. One is on the left, the other on the right. The player on the left is called the left inside, and the one on the right is called the right inside.
Ooh, how'd they come up with those names?
Because
I
that's
want
the
to hear
one
the etymology of right inside and left inside.
Don't get cocky with me, Joel.
Okay.
I'll smack you in the face. Do you want to hear a little bit about the competing countries?
Yes.
Yeah.
There's an international play is governed by the ISTAF, or
Well-
the International Sepak Takraw Federation.
Yes, of course. Of course, there is an international Serak Ptek Toy Federation.
Yes. I'm not going to go through all the countries because there's a lot of them. But what I will say is the United States is one of them.
What?
As is Canada.
God, we're good at all sports. We at least do all sports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of ridiculous when you think about it.
If you think about it, we're pretty good. But also, I mean, most of them are like Indonesia, Malaysia, Laos, Jordan, Syria. Jordan, hey.
Yeah.
Australia, Philippines, Singapore, Palestinian territories, Vietnam, Myanmar, Thailand, Cambodia, India, Iran, Brunei, Yemen, Timor-Leste, British Indian Ocean territories, Maldives, Nepal, Lebanon, Pakistan, Jordan, Iraq, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Israel. Asia kind of has this on lockdown.
You know, I would also like to add, United States has it as a club team. It is not varsity.
Right.
Yeah. not the
Yeah,
same
they
thing.
don't even care. They're losing and they're like, I don't care. Why would I care? Let's talk a little bit about the faults. Serving side during service. The inside player is making service throws. You know, you got to throw it in bounds. Plays the ball, throwing up the ball, bumping, giving to the inside player, etc. after the call score has been made by the referee. That's a fault. I'm not going to go through all these. It's very confusing. Here's what you need to know.
This is a terrible sport.
No, it's like volleyball, except once you throw it in, you gotta kick it. Kick it with the homies.
So if it lands on the other team's side on the ground, what do you get, like a point?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it like volleyball's got weird scoring rules in the sense that do you have to
No.
be serving to score or they just switch who
that's
serves?
true. Yeah, I think you have to be serving to score.
Every like between ping pong to volleyball to tennis to all of that, I feel like, there's always that in racquetball you have to be serving to score. But then I can never follow which one is which.
For a sports podcast, sometimes we have a stunning lack of sports knowledge.
Yeah.
I can't help you out. I'm confused
I know,
myself.
to be honest, I don't have a very good sports knowledge.
Yeah, but you're the one who's not supposed to, Phil. Our whole podcast premise would fall to pieces if you knew anything about sports.
Well, that comes to an end. Another Weird Sports! All the premise falling apart before your eyes!
Citizens of podcast land, this brings to the close another sports podcast. Before we go, well, come in. Sally would like to give you our contact information.
You can email us at sportspodcast@gmail.com. That's sportspodcast@gmail.com. You can tweet at us at sports3podcast. That's at sports3podcast. You can find us on Facebook by searching Sports Podcast in the little text box at the top. You can find us on Stitcher Radio. Download the Stitcher app today and search Sports Podcast. You can find us on YouTube by going to youtube.com/comedypodnet and make sure to keep your receipts. You can find us on the comedy podcast network.com for all our back episodes. Or you can find us on iTunes by searching Sports the Number 3 Space Podcast. That's Sports the Number 3 Space Podcast. Or you can find us on my personal website, Sally and loves her job at sports podcast and comedy podcast network.com.
Wait, love our job?
You did you have any other contact information to give out? That was it. That
We're
right
not
there.
cutting checks for your cat, are we, Sally?
Yeah, my cat, Alex Rodriguez, has claimed him as a dependent.
Alex. Okay.
Turn the lights off, Joe.
Yeah, lights off.
You have received this transmission from the Comedy Podcast Network. For more shows, visit comedypodcastnetwork.com.